What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of the Small Talk podcast. Today is a very special episode as we are joined by all of the baseball seniors and then one dude who quit for senior year but was actually there for our last game.
Hey. Yeah, guys, we got a lot of, I guess, like teammates. We've been okay.
Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep this civilized, but we're gonna have a lot of people laughing in the back. So, let's just go around.
Leon needs to learn how to control himself. This guy can't. We should not have invited him.
Look at you! Look at you!
Oh,
What are you talking about, bro? Good as hell.
And we're off.
This is a great start.
The reason we're doing this episode is because officially our senior baseball season is no longer. It got canceled officially, so that's pretty sad. But we kind of just want to go through the last 4 years of playing together. It'll probably be less about the games and more about our memories together. So I just want to let you guys introduce yourselves, name, position, keep it clean.
Well, I'll start off then. I'm Dylan. I was an outfielder, and I was the one he mentioned who quit for senior year, but not like it matters now. Hey.
Who wants to go next?
My name is Jeremy, and I've played almost every position because Coach couldn't decide what he wanted me to play. So, yeah. Last official practice, I played first base, even though I had never really played there. But yeah,
I definitely feel like that was your position, though.
Yeah, either that or
played
like
was
pitcher.
first base.
it was originally, and then I was just like too trash to actually play first base. So then I couldn't do that.
Who wants to go next?
Okay.
I'm Pearson, and I've literally played every position in my baseball high school career, but I prefer pitching.
I'm
All right,
Stan.
Elion?
That's rude.
No,
Let Stanley go, bro. Let Stanley go, fam. Be nice. Ah!
My name is Stan, and I'm a second baseman and pitcher.
Yeah, you are.
Man.
Oh yeah.
My name's
Right.
Alan. I'm a shortstop / right-handed pitcher. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
certified hottie, damn.
knock it off, dude. Knock it off.
Okay, Elion, I get it. You're 18 now, bro.
I'll go TikTok.
My name is Noah Anderson, and I play first base for the Jefferson Academy Jaguars. Go Jags!
And as you guys know, I'm Vincent. I played second base pretty much. That's it, second base and designated hitter. This season I was going to play third base, and that's not going to happen. So rip.
Yeah, I am Caleb. I was an outfielder for most of my career, and I did some pitching. Off the air, we were talking a little bit. There was actually a time in Wyoming where I came in to pitch. I think it was the last game of the entire tournament, and I gave up a grand slam.
Papa Slam. Hashtag Papa Slam. No, the dude he gave up the.
He wasn't even.
Yeah, it was a hockey player.
He was a hockey.
It was a hockey player too.
Oh God. Bless Caleb's heart, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, Caleb, go ahead and start the story off, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think it was my sophomore going into my junior year, and it was like I had literally just started pitching that season, that sophomore season, so I was still kind of new to it. I'm not saying that that's an excuse for giving up kind of a, I guess, hit like that, but I was kind of I came in to pitch, I think, the last game of the tournament. It was one of the first times that I've ever pitched on varsity I was throwing strikes, but I wasn't throwing very hard at the time. I didn't have a changeup or a breaking ball, so it was literally meatballs kind of down the middle wherever like I could get them over the plate, and I piped one about 70 miles an hour, and this dude took it dead center like 385. The grand slam off. First and only home run I've ever given up in my high school career, and it was a doozy.
No,
That wasn't just a home
slam.
run, bro. That
That
wasn't
was
just a
a
home run.
bomb.
Oh my
That
god.
cleared the barn behind the fence.
That's on his scouting tape, Griega. That is on his official report.
That's all you need to see.
Bro, I remember I was playing first, and kids were just roping doubles after doubles after doubles. One kid hit a triple, and then they stopped because at this point it was like, I don't even know, we were getting killed. It was like 22 to like 1 or something.
Okay, but let's back it up.
Nah,
I wasn't.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
You guys are making it seem like I gave them all 20 runs. They were
That is
not
exactly
all
what
20 my
happened.
fault.
That's
I pitched 2 innings. that game.
22 runs in
runs.
2 innings. Holy crap!
Anyway,
all right.
so-
Let's
so I was at
reset.
first.
You know how dark I got that game? We were on the field for
Bro.
Anyway, so doubles after doubles after doubles, and I see this kid, bro.
Here I go ashore. Just cut off.
I'm just tired, like standing out in the sun, like my legs started to hurt, right? And this kid comes up. I was like, oh, okay, like maybe this will be it. No, kid just absolutely tanks one. I remember hitting it, and I was like, uh-oh. Just like turning around and following the ball, and then looking at Caleb, and Caleb looks so sad.
Caleb, you came back into that dugout and you were like depressed after that.
Bro,
We all tried to cheer you up. And that was
Are you kidding me? Of course he would be sad. That ball just got launched. Oh, I cussed. Whoopsies.
Come on, bro.
Hey, that's okay. We're not getting monetized yet. YouTube, you need
Yeah,
to
we're
get
not
on
getting
that.
monetized yet, so it's cool.
You guys are taking away our public watch hours. We need those. We need those Johns. We need some of the watch hours back. 'Cause
Caleb, I cannot take you seriously with that stash, bro.
you guys are acting like it looks bad.
That's
No, it's not that
exactly
it
what
looks
happened.
bad. It's just very distracting.
All right. Let's
Okay,
reset.
come on.
Let's start at the beginning. We'll just say the beginning. So we played the summer before our freshman year. I think the people on that team were myself, Jeremy, Dylan, and Stanley. I think that's it. I think these other dudes joined later. That summer we did not win a game.
We didn't even
were-
come close, actually.
We were literally the guard guys. I mean, we were trash.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so honestly, that summer was terrible. Like, but it was fun. I mean, it was fun. I don't really
I don't
have any
remember-
memories of that.
I don't remember what team it was, but they had like literal MLB uniforms. Like these guys were huge, and they were all wearing like giant uniforms. And this kid came up to bat, and he looked like Donkey Kong. Like this guy was crazy huge. And I forget who was pitching. I want to say it was Monty that was pitching.
It was definitely. Are you talking about the game where the dude
my
hit the
gosh.
grand slam and all?
He
of
hit
that?
he hit a grand slam, and then he jogged at 1.5 miles an hour around the bases.
Yeah, no, because those guys are like the 1A state champs, and they were playing against a bunch of like 8th grade, like scrawny, like trash kids.
Yeah,
Like no
pretty
wonder
much.
they did.
I pitched freshman year summer.
Yeah, you did
I
pitch.
never pitched ever, and I gave
No
up
way.
like 2 home runs.
Bro, after I saw that, I quit pitching forever. I didn't even pitch a single like inning or out in college. What the heck?
Okay,
high
chill
school.
out, man.
Yeah, you know, D1 commit here. No, just kidding. Just kidding, bro. But yeah, my man Jeremy, I met him. He was a massive man, and I thought he was about a senior in high school, but he was a freshman in his Shaw Heights cap. Shout out.
No, it wasn't Shaw Heights cap. That was my Oakland Athletics cap.
That's right. It was the Oakland Athletics.
I could pull out the whole fit that I wore to that practice. I could pull
With
out
the
the whole
cutoff,
thing.
too.
With the cutoff.
And then so Dylan and I were there from the start. Jeremy and Stanley joined like halfway through. Yeah, we were bad. That's all there is to it. Like we were not a good team. So then we had like freshman year practices going into like our freshman year, and everybody else joined. So now we're all in the story.
I don't remember which game it was, but I remember I think it was either the first or the second game of the season. And like we had just gotten signs, and I think it was the first time that I ever like gotten a sign ever in my life, and it was a take sign, and I blew it right away. I smacked one. I think it was like I hit it to like right center, and I sprinted, and I got to second base, and I was like I slid into second base, celebratory slide. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm insane. Coach looks at me. He's like, whatever, dude. I think it was Coach Scarrato was at third, the third base coach. And I was like, what? Like, he just looked like so disappointed, but like not terribly upset because I still got a hit. But I remember I was getting up to dust myself off, and I didn't keep contact with the base, and the dude tagged me out. And I remember I was just so mad. And I remember I was in the dugout, and I was just feeling really sorry for myself. And Elion was over there. I think Elion yelled at me at one point, and Elion was like, dude, it's fine. Shut up. It happened like 3 innings ago. And he was just like, so annoyed.
That was the only JV game Elion ever played in high school.
That was true, actually. That was a fun game, though. I do remember that.
Yeah, that was the only game Elion ever played with us. Until like.
Oh, shout out to Pearson! Shout out to Pearson versus Faith. You remember that? The 25 run game.
Okay, hold on.
No! Don't do my guy Ed like that. Whoa.
Yeah, there was errors in the field. Okay, that wasn't all on Pearson.
I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't. I'm just saying. I just thought it was funny to me because at the end of the game. Like, I think it was Ed was playing third base, and he had like 9 errors, bro. And it was bad all around. I think we scored 5 innings in the first.
I still have the game ball from that game.
Yeah, Pearson got a game ball for that, which I was kind of
five. You just said 5 innings in the first.
5 innings.
What is 5 innings in the first
inning?
Nice. It's the mustache.
Oh, yeah, for sure, Elion.
Taking all your blood flow. You can't think, bro.
Yeah, that was not a good game. And Faith are our rivals.
That was my first game ever pitching in high school.
Yeah.
And I came out.
You pitched well.
I know, and we gave up 16 errors. And like
okay,
11
but that's like
on a loss.
But like that's not your fault though. Like we were not fundamentally sound at all.
Yeah, we were terrible.
The worst.
The game was not a flex at all.
That's also my first game ball ever. So.
Dude, outfield though, let's be honest, all the outfielders know playing outfield at Faith is really like it's really weird. It's not hard, but like they have all the trees in the back.
Just catch the ball.
It's disorienting. Hey, nice.
Look at the dimensions of that field, bro. Their school is literally inside of the field.
Well,
they built their friends around their school.
That's better than our field.
Well, we don't have a field, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's the point. Oh God.
Good one.
Way to lighten up the mood, Pierce. Way to go.
Thanks.
Yeah.
There was that game. What about the game against the big boys from Peak to Peak, the night game?
The Range Rover.
The
Range Rover.
Let's go over what happened.
The legend of Vincent Pandy was born.
Bro, let's set the scene for this.
Let's set the scene because this was like the pinnacle of my high school career. Elion, you weren't part of this. So.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
No, so we were playing Peak to Peak at Thomas Field. I think we were doing pretty good. It was a good competitive game, but we were winning. We go into the last inning. Coach puts Evan Lundberg in left field.
Shout out to you, Evan.
Those of you know who Evan Lundberg is, you'll understand.
Dog.
But he probably should not have been playing sports at all.
Hey, don't be doing my guy Ed like that, bro. He's gonna be a doctor, fam. No, he's gonna cure the coronavirus, bro.
Anyways,
The coronavirus. That'll be. Oh my God. That'll be so sick.
so anyways, he gets put in left field. We're doing good. I think we got like one out really quick. So we're like, it's really windy. It's cold outside. It's dark. We're like just trying to get off the field at this point. Someone ropes one to left, and this dude lets it go right in between his legs and roll to the fence. So we are sprinting now to try and like back it up. This dude, I think it's a second or third. We're like freaking out. We're like, oh crap, we're gonna blow this game. We're gonna blow this game. We're like,
Yeah, because we
freaking
ran
out.
the double cut, right? But I wasn't on the
We
field at
did.
the time. I was
No,
I had been benched, and then they put me back in.
Yeah, they put him back in the middle of the inning, and they like
yeah, Panda, that happened to. I think that happened to me too. Because I remember us
They
both going
re-entered
back out to
us.
hurt, or
I
out
I
to
got
the-
benched at the end of that game too. Evan took my spot in left field for that
Yeah.
game.
That's the thing about JV though. Like everybody gets a chance, which I think is
Yeah.
cool. But like with that game, I was like, if we lose this game right now, because that was like with Meatball as well. Like the kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
people-
Oh,
Shout out
I hate
Meatball.
Meatball.
Shout out Grayson Allen.
Oh
Whatever we
my
want to call him, bro.
Gosh.
If you're watching this, whatever your name is.
Dylan, his name's Dylan.
Oh
No,
yeah,
really?
Dylan. What's up, my guy?
Plays basketball. Number
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Grayson Allen. That's him. He looked like Grayson Allen. Bro.
Oh.
okay.
But yeah, this
I didn't know
kid
that.
would
That's
not
actually-
shut up. Meatball, meatball, meatball,
here
meatball.
comes
Like,
the
bro.
meatball right down the middle.
Hey, he's throwing meatballs. He's throwing meat like literally like the entire game, bro. It
So
was
we're like
super
actually
phenomenal.
so annoyed. We're like, we have
That's an
to win this
iconic
game, bro.
moment, though.
Facts.
Like that's a
Oh, yeah.
quote that
Oh,
we
and I was
repeated
pitching that
every practice.
Facts.
Yeah. Okay,
But
so
anyways-
basically, the ball goes through Evan's legs, and we're all like, bro, we cannot lose to these guys. Like, no.
Yeah.
Right? So basically,
I
I think we batted, and then we went back out to close the game.
Mhm.
I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
if this was
I
against
caught. I
PTP.
remember I caught a ball in right. I think I got the first out of the last inning in right field. Someone else got another out.
I
and
caught
then-
a ball at first. I got put into the game at first. I remember that
Right,
because I
that's
watched
right.
Vince. I watched him. That was
Oh,
angelic.
yeah.
All right, so I'm
Oh,
gonna tell this part of the story because it's my part of the story, right?
Go off.
So I'm not even sure if this game was against Peak to Peak. Everybody says it was. I'm not entirely sure.
I think it was
Um,
against Peak
I
to
think
Peak.
it was against. It was either Peak to Peak or Platte Valley, one of the two.
It
Yeah.
was Pink Peak.
And so basically, it's the last. It's top 7, 2 outs. So we need one more out to win. And the wind is just blowing in our faces, dust, everything.
Yeah.
Like it's cold. It's really cold. And so I'm playing second base. And I'm known for being like solid defensively, like grab me, like if it's hit in my area, I can field it and throw it. I wasn't very good at movement. I didn't have very good movement laterally or anything like that. But basically this ball gets hit and it's kind of in the 3-4 hole. So between the first baseman and the second baseman. And basically your boy just yells out, I'm not going to repeat what I said because it was not entirely clean. And I dove and I caught the ball just in my webbing and I got up on my knees and just chucked it throughout the guy.
Career highlight. Vincent
Career highlight. Like that would be on a
peaked at
mixtape.
that moment.
Uh-huh.
Like that was one of the best moments of my at least my high school baseball career, probably my baseball career overall. Yeah, it was sick. Everybody like came over and jumped on me, like not like a doghouse out, but like we were all like chest bumping and that kind of thing. And the weirdest thing was, right, this was a JV baseball game, but I get to school the next day and there's like people in the back of our computers class like talking about that play. I'm like, how do you know about this?
yeah.
Because you weren't even at the game. Like, what?
Everybody knew about that.
Bro,
Everybody.
like for a day, I was like the king of our school
That was
because of
J.A.
the play I
Reynolds.
made on JV baseball. Yeah, I don't know. Like that was literally just so sick.
Oh,
Yeah,
do
the
you guys
rest of
remember
it's-
Match Buff with Marcus?
Where do you
it's
go?
a
with
double
that?
double
Line?
line.
Line.
Oh, the
Summer?
double.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh
gosh.
my
Those are in
god!
summer.
I think it was. It was like
I
our
think
first
it
game
might
of
have
the
been
summer.
because Marcus ended up quitting after that summer season. He didn't play anymore.
No,
You-
he quit after our sophomore year. He played
Yeah.
Yeah, he
sophomore
quit.
year.
He quit after sophomore year.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
He played that
'Cause
summer
I
as well,
remember-
though. He was there.
Because I remember we were going into junior year, and I remember like Noah and I like harassing.
He
this
got a
kid to
job. I
play,
remember that.
Yeah.
and he was like, "No, I can't play."
You
Like,
guys
come on,
remember?
Mark.
Do you guys remember Spencer's catch in left field?
Yeah,
At-
yeah, the
my
diving
God.
catch. His diving
Oh my
catch.
God.
Never,
Oh my
he will
God.
never,
That ball.
ever forget about that, dude.
No, but this guy made a terrible read on the ball.
He got
and
the
then got
worst read I've ever seen in my life. The ball,
lucky.
from where he started, the ball was literally, I think, like 10 feet from where he caught it, from where he started. This guy takes 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left. There's like 2 like circles, runs backwards, and then sprints in and makes like a fully like 90-degree catch. And then
Dude,
gets
the
up
kid who
and
hit
is like,
that-
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Bro, he
kid
strutted
who
off
hit
the
that
field.
ball, the kid who hit that ball went out to the outfield and high-fived him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this kid.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Come
that's
on,
crazy.
no,
And
I
he
didn't
was
know
like-
that.
Not a flex.
That was
at all.
probably the worst moment
Yeah.
of my
That's
life.
actually-
Walks
that's
out,
actually-
just high-five Spencer. Spencer jogged in all
Oh.
cocky.
Yeah.
Bro, that's
Oh,
not.
And you know
a flex
Spencer,
at
bro.
all.
Spencer brought that up for the rest of the season. He was like, "Hey, like we were like, Spencer, how did you get such a bad read?" He's like, "Shut up, diving catch, diving catch."
Diving catch, diving catch.
Anytime he couldn't say anything to this guy without him mentioning it.
Well, it's because it was so lit though. Like that was insane.
I mean,
But he
was
made a
in the-
terrible read.
What?
Spencer, I know you're listening, bud. You made a terrible read, and you got lucky. But that's okay because you made the out, and then you got a high five from your friend. He's your pal now.
The catch was 10 out of 10. If he would have made that and gotten a good read off the ball and made a catch like that, that would have been like a ESPN top 10 catch. Like, I'm not exaggerating. The catch was insane, but
Yeah,
the
it
read
was.
on the ball was probably like F minus. Like,
Yeah, I
god-awful.
get
it was. The catch was actually good, so I don't want to completely discredit him because while he literally almost screwed himself, he actually didn't screw himself that much.
All right. I don't know. Do we have anything else from freshman year? Elion, do you want to share your experience? Because our experience.
dude, when he took
Actually-
out Terry,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot that happened.
Same.
We were playing Lutheran, and it was my first starting. I was starting at second for the very first time. I was very scared, and then first play. No, it wasn't the first play. It was like I don't know. It was like early in the game. It was like a pop fly between second and right field, like in that gap area. Little Elion goes out running, trying to make the catch, and Terry just. I don't know what happened. I just
dude,
Get off the
you
tracks
should be
because
alive.
the train's coming, bro.
Terry was massive. Elion, you
Yeah,
were
Terry was like
should be alive.
6'1", 190, and
Yeah,
we
no,
were like
I was
some.
290.
No, I'm 6'1", 190. He was like
No, I
6'5",
know.
280.
At the
Terry-
time,
He was,
like,
Terry was massive, bro.
he was
Terry
taller than
Terry
I
was
am
jacked
now.
too. Terry used to bully us and crap in PE. Like this dude was like known
PE.
for being like the bad boy on the team. And little
You
Elian
guys
comes
wanna
running
hear-
out trying to make this catch and literally like wrecks Terry. Like I don't know how Elian didn't get hurt at all. Like Terry, I think he like dislocated his shoulder or something like that. But
Yeah,
like,
he was out for most of the season, yeah.
yeah, he was out for like a lot of the season. And
That's probably why
little
the team-
Elian, what?
That's probably why the team hated me after, like, because I hurt like the best player, like one of the best players.
No, you were the best
No.
player, Elion.
He was our ace and stuff. He threw so hard.
No, you
And
were
he
the
threw
ace.
90s,
You've always
like-
been the ace.
But anyways, I took him out somehow. I was fine, thank God. But then Terry like
Your boy wasn't hurt at all in the collision, so that's
we
cool.
still made
But
the catch. We still got the out, which matters. What matters? But till this day, I still feel very bad. Terry, if you see this, I'm still very sorry.
Do you guys okay, speaking of collisions, do you guys remember when we played Conifer and it like rained a crap ton, but like the first game
Oh, in the summer.
me and Grant collided in like left center.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
do you remember that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro,
was-
outfield collisions, like, oh.
Neither one of you called for that ball. It was a dead sprint for both of you. Neither
was-
one of you called it. We just watched both of you slowly just bam.
Well, so what had happened was I was playing left and Grant was playing center, and we were like we had been like kind of talking in between pitches, kind of like, hey, if like ball's in the gap, like just call me off if you think you can get there and stuff like that. Well, the ball was hit and we both just reacted. Like we both reacted and it was like dead center in between us. Like we both were like hauling butt over to the ball. Like it was a good hit and it was like right in between us and we were like sprinting at this ball and we got there at the exact same time. Grant sees me at the last second, jumps up, catches the ball, like literally knees me in the gut, and then we fall to the ground and we're like literally he like gets up for a sec, throws it in, and we're just both rolling on the ground like out of breath. Like he knocked the wind out of me for probably like 2 minutes. Like
it was soft.
Oh, we want to talk about soft, Noah.
Yeah, whoa.
We can talk soft, bud. We can talk soft.
Yeah.
I remember this time this guy did a box jump and he missed the box and then he got a cut on his leg and he said that it was a baby bear. That's what he told me when I got to practice.
It was.
He said, "Dude, I got attacked by a bear. I got attacked by a
in the weight
bear."
room. Literally the lowest box in the weight room.
Around in the weight room.
This dude gets the smallest one. Goes, watch this, guys. Jumps up. Misses, his shin goes straight in, and we didn't have like the like soft like plyo boxes. Like these were like the metal rimmed like rubber padding type things. So like if you actually caught your shin on it, like it was gonna be some serious damage. And this dude caught it perfectly under his knee and got like what was he like 4 stitches or whatever? Like on your.
I had to get 3. Yeah, 3.
Wait,
stitches.
you got stitches for that?
Yeah, like he like.
I didn't know you got stitches for that.
That's why he's got weight room phobia. He's got like actual like fears of the weight room.
Yeah.
Here's the word weight
Shut
room.
up, Dylan. When's the last time you were in the weight room?
Oh.
Yeah, Dylan, when was the last time you were in the gym, bro? I be hearing from Elion you don't like to put up shots.
Oh.
Yes, you.
Basketball
You could have been the
is
basketball
over, so
superstar, but you
chill.
did the deflecting.
Chill. Basketball is over, boys.
No. Don't.
I don't know. Dylan's got a flaky personality. He flaked on the basketball team and then flaked on the baseball
I
team.
didn't.
huh?
Okay, first of all,
No.
wait on the basketball.
Guys, it's too soon. I'm still depressed about basketball, okay?
Okay.
Really?
I am
Hey, at
too.
least you got a senior night.
Yeah.
At least you played a single game.
Bro,
Yeah,
I didn't
bro.
even get a senior night for tennis, bro.
Against Stanley Lake.
Dude, okay. I was so hyped for the game against the Academy this year for you guys.
Oh, that was.
Oh, that would have been sick, bro.
I can't believe we're not playing against them, dude.
That's why
Oh, yeah,
coronavirus
we have to
happened.
do that
They're
story.
like,
That
we
story has
cannot
to
let
happen.
these two guys.
Oh,
play.
it will. We'll get there.
They got clapped by FaZe. You guys see that?
Yeah, they're one game. Shout out to you, James, you little stinker. Stop trying to injure people and actually get good at the game, bud. Trash.
Okay,
Go
so
off,
wait,
Panda.
we can't just skip past this Academy story. Like,
Yeah,
So-
we gotta start.
Okay, we gotta tell it while we're here.
Well, okay.
Okay,
I thought
so
we were going to,
basically
like-
we're skipping around, okay, and that's okay because nothing's ever been structured with us, and why would we start doing that now?
Well,
Exactly.
except our runs.
Sheesh.
Our
48 foul
but
poles.
anyway-
We'll tell those stories as well. The 48
Yeah.
foul poles at the elementary.
oh my
Oh,
gosh.
there were way more than that. There was one.
Yeah,
bro, I
was.
think.
Like 72 at Hall.
Oh
I
yeah.
felt so bad for you guys. I felt
Yeah,
bad.
Jeremy and Noah were playing catch right like as we were running
Yeah.
by, and then he
Oh
was like,
my
they were like, why are you guys running? We're like, dude, we just
We
got
don't
yelling, 'cause-
know.
and like we don't know, and so we're just like running. Like I was getting over a cold. I know that someone else was sick, and we were running because the
Right.
seniors on the team, because we were still juniors, were like not like listening to the other coaches and crap like that. Like it was just dumb stuff to be running for. But coach tells us, hey, we're at the elementary school, which is like a full-length soccer field, but they have a full-length like track like around it. So he told us run from one end of the track to the other end 48 times. So we were like, what the heck? So he's like, get running. So we start running. We start counting. We're running. All the seniors are just like whining and complaining. Oh my gosh, this is so stupid.
Shout out to Brendan. Brendan is the funniest
Yeah.
guy.
They were like
Brendan,
screaming at
oh
coach
my
while they're running.
gosh.
So we're just running by Noah
Bro, that
and
was
Jeremy
not
just
a
playing catch. We're like,
flex.
why are you guys running? Throws the ball over to Jeremy. Jeremy's like, yeah, bro, what happened? We're like, dude, we don't even know. And he's like, man, that sucks. Throws the ball back to them. They're like playing catch. Then they go warm up. And we're still running. We ran for probably an hour. Like, I think we ran like 6 miles.
No, you guys
that
ran
day.
at least an hour and a half. Like
Yeah.
all
we
of
ran like
JV,
6 miles.
we got
If
an
it wasn't-
entire practice. in.
Yeah.
Like we got everything
Yeah.
done by the time that you guys were done running, and then coach like gave you guys like maybe 30 or 45 minutes to do anything.
And
And
then
I
we were just gone.
Yeah. Yeah, coach still made us practice after that. Like, we got done sprinting the
We're
entire
throwing
That
practice.
was sick,
Thanks.
though. That was such a
Gone.
flex, practicing after that.
You guys
That day I almost quit. Shout out to you, Grant, for not letting me quit. I appreciate that, my guy. 'cause
Oh, yeah, I do
definitely
remember that, actually. That
was
was
about to
insane.
quit.
I remember that. That was actually cool. That was a cool moment. I
Yeah,
definitely have
bro.
more
I was
respect for
literally
Grant
about to
after
walk
that.
off because and it sucked. But Grant told me like he was gonna beat me up if I quit, and like I would regret it for the rest of my life. And so
Yeah.
your boy kept running, and yeah, no, it was not.
Bro, shout out to
not
the
fun.
last minute of that one run that we did when we
Oh,
Coach
yeah,
gave us
yeah,
a time
last
limit.
year.
So we had to run another time. I think it was the same season. And so
It was like the end of the season too, right before
yeah,
the
and so
playoffs.
we got in trouble for something stupid again. So coach told us to run 48 actual foul poles. So it was less than what we ran before, but it was still a lot. And coach told us, hey, we get one break for whatever. And so we were like, okay, he had the water jug out there. We could stop, take like a 30-second break, drink some water and stuff like that, which was a bad idea, by the way. If you stop running after that amount of running, like you're not going to want to start again. So just don't take the break. But anyways, coach set a time limit for, I think, like 45 minutes or something like that.
everybody
We're
had to
running-
make it.
Yeah, everybody had to make it, or we had to do it again, I think. And so
Yeah.
we all finished. We're all finished. We're like, hey, guys, coach, what's the time? Okay, hey, we got like 10 minutes, boys. Like, hurry up. We got to keep, like, kind of, I guess, pick up the pace and stuff like that. We're going. Everybody gets done. I see Vince touch the foul pole. We're like, Vince, how many do you have? He's like, man, I got one. Coach is like, hey, Vince, you got 52 seconds. We're like, oh crap, we're all like getting water. We like prepared ourselves to like start practicing now. Like we're tired, but we're like ready to start practicing. We hear 52 seconds and Vince still has a whole like down and back to do. And we're like, oh my God, Vince, go. You got like a minute left, hurry up. And Vince comes in with like, I think 10 seconds to spare. I've never seen Vince run that fast for
That was
that
the
long.
fastest I've ever seen him run in my life.
Moving.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
You think I wanted? I mean, it took me that long. I wasn't gonna do that again. I think the other fastest time you guys have probably seen me run is at Cheyenne
Triple
when we were in
reverse?
Truth or Dare.
Yeah,
And
what
we had
about
to run to
it?
touch
Oh,
the
yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
Oh,
just-
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're running barefoot through a parking lot in the rain in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
that was my
what's
idea.
going
So
on
Feel bad
here?
for that.
Like,
I'm sorry.
So funny.
Pearson were on the winning team, so we
Like-
didn't have to do that.
Yeah, we
What
were
are we
just
doing
going.
with our lives, bro?
I
No,
feel
yeah,
bad.
that
I'm
was
just
kind of
like, you know
fun
what?
though.
I'm gonna get done.
That was
So
lit.
I
though.
run.
That was lit.
Yeah,
You guys
I mean,
made
it
me
was sick
belly
because we
flop
just
into a
slapped
pool.
the semi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, we had to like sprint to the
Hold on.
semi and back. I do
Nothing
remember that.
was as bad as mine. I had to sit in the hot tub alone with that pervert.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Yeah, the dude was taking videos of us.
Oh, no.
I forgot.
You didn't want
Can I
to go to
take a
the
picture
movies
of
with us?
Oh,
Hey, can
no.
In
you guys going to watch?
Dude, in our defense, we
he's-
did not know that guy was a complete perv until after the trip, and we put everything together.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
no?
He
Remember
was
when we
following
were?
us. He would come
No,
into the
he-
conference room when we were
Yeah.
eating, and he
Yeah,
was like,
remember
Not
when
a
we were at
flex,
breakfast?
bro. Not a flex.
Remember when we
Hey,
were
Jeremy,
at
can I take a picture of your shirt?
"Oh yeah,
Oh,
And I told him
name
no.
too, huh?"
And then Coach Danny comes over and
Yeah.
Oh,
he was like,
Coach Danny.
no, you're not gonna take pictures of my boys. And
Yeah.
he was like, I'm a pastor, and he was like, oh, what do
I'll
you know?
have you know I'm a
Like,
pastor.
would you look at that? So am I.
Yeah.
bro,
That was
that guy
sick.
got ripped a new one. Shout out to you if you're listening, my guy. Be sure to subscribe,
Imagine,
but
bro.
don't stay away.
Listening, and he's like seeing all of us again. He's
Imagine
like,
it. Imagine
Oh
if he,
no!
imagine if he comments under this video and he's like first.
oh,
He's like, nice shirt, Jeremy.
Oh no.
Oh no!
No. I turned myself into like what is it called? Homeland Security, bro. I would go
Yeah,
undercover.
FBI, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's actually funny.
All right.
The academy. We have to do the academy.
Hi, Coach.
Yeah.
So, hey, coach.
Hey, coach.
Oh, it's Coach.
What's up, coach? Dude, happy birthday, Leon. Thank you. I appreciate it, coach. Yeah, I love you guys. I miss you all. Have fun tonight.
I miss you, coach.
Miss you, Coach.
We miss you.
We miss
Ugh.
you.
That's
Okay, hold on. Pearson, can you ask your dad to stay in the room for just a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Can he hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I just want to say, on the behalf of like me and that entire JV team, I forget if it was freshman or sophomore year, but our game got like rained out. We were all the way down in Commerce City.
Five guys.
It's match
Oh,
book.
5
Guys.
guys.
He brought us to Five Guys and brought
Guys.
every single one of us burgers and fries.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you. I felt like
Yeah,
that never
thank
actually
you.
got addressed. That was just like
Yeah.
a small thank you.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
genuinely thank you so much.
I really do love you.
Yeah,
boys.
thank you.
Yes.
Dude,
Jake,
another
tell
shout
me-
out. You guys remember
Who
our
was it that driving into the middle of nowhere? Remember somebody
Okay,
got lost?
Mr. Noah. Shout out Noah. So my grandma's driving, right? And so Marcus's dad was like going home.
Oh,
So Noah was like, "Oh, Marcus's dad is going to Five Guys. Just follow
That's what I
Marcus's
thought. That's
dad."
what you would think.
Yeah. In your defense, that's what I thought as well. But it's just funny to blame you. Let's go to Five Guys. Just follow Marcus's dad. We got on the highway. My grandma goes, "We're not going to Five Guys, boys. We're not headed towards Five Guys." It was a 45-minute
grandma-
loop back
your
to Five
grandma-
Guys. Shout out you.
Is a national treasure. Your grandma's a
Yeah,
national
bro.
treasure.
She's a legend for that one for sure. I feel like she drove us to so many games and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, do you guys remember freshman year, the team dinner? That was the best team dinner I've ever had.
Oh my gosh, the end of the
Oh,
season
yeah.
dinner where Vince fell off the zip line.
yeah.
Dude, I remember we were all downstairs playing video games, and Jeremy runs by the window with like the can making the car noise.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy's just running around outside making like car noises.
That was a crazy night, dude. I was running on 6 pounds of steak. Not even kidding.
Oh my gosh.
That was so gross. He wasn't even using a fork. He was just holding chunks of meat and just.
Yeah.
Hey, I love you boys. Hopefully, I'll see you
Hi,
soon.
Coach.
See you, coach.
You coach.
See you, coach.
I remember that party. That's actually one of my favorite memories ever.
That's
Yeah.
actually
Oh, I
so
fell
funny.
off the zip
remember
line.
blowing Noah up on a rock.
Oh, okay. I remember standing out there in my like 25 miles an hour and then bouncing off the ground when he fell.
Nah, dude, I landed on the like between the concrete and the grass, and my hip slammed into the concrete. Right. So listen to this. We have a game 2 weeks later against Match Buff. It's that same Marcus game and the Spencer game, and I go to field a ground ball, and my hip feels like it's just like popped completely. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? I think back. Oh yeah, right. I fell off a zip line and slammed my hip on concrete. For about a month and a half, my hip was not the same.
That's so tough, though.
That is kind of tough.
Let's see, what else?
The academy, bro. We
the
have
academy,
to.
we have to.
Go to
Yeah,
We
it.
can
gotta end
look
up the
back as
academy.
we can go back, but we brought it up. We have to talk about it. Okay, so basically, up until last year, we had a pretty good relationship with the academy. Elion, you can chime in on this one. You were here for this one.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
And, you know, we scrimmage there pretty much like every year. The coach there
That was like our first
pretty-
scrimmage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like their
Like
head
every
coach
we
was.
scrimmaged them. They were really nice too. They were like good.
Well,
people.
they were all right. Their coach kept them in order, basically.
Yeah.
Their head coach.
Their assistant coach was
And
tough.
so you know, these guys, I mean, they got pretty rowdy in basketball that winter, right, Dylan? You shushed the crowd? Big
Oh
flex.
yeah, I got my.
Oh yeah, I remember that game. Dylan just the crowd and he got a tech. Lost the
So
game.
That's
basically,
so
like,
hard.
here's what I'll tell you about the academy. They desperately want to be our rivals. It is
Yeah.
their goal in life to be our rivals, but simply
But they're
put,
not good enough to be our
they're
rivals.
not good enough to be our rivals. As arrogant as that sounds, you guys are not good enough.
Good.
So basically, we get into this game, and like honestly, from warm-up, something felt off in that game. I
They
don't
had
know
a
about for you
packed
guys.
student section. They had a packed student section. Like,
That's what I'm
they had
saying.
a
And I'm like taking reps at third base before the game with Cade, and they're just like ripping into us. And I'm like, bro, like chill out, champ. I'm just trying to play my baseball game here. And I'm like, something's gonna happen. Like this is not going to end well.
Well, no. First thing with Mariano and the coaches happened. When their coach
we have to go back to Lamar for this.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, I wasn't there for that. So if you want to explain that situation.
Okay, I was in the dugout because I was pitching that game. So everybody's out in the field doing their IO, and I'm pitching, so I was in the dugout.
This is at the end of the previous season, correct?
Yeah.
Let's just clarify that. Okay.
Last game, the very last game. And their coach comes over to our dugout randomly. I don't even know who that is, honestly. He comes over and he's just talking about our season and talking about his season and our win-loss ratio. And then he says, out of nowhere, he was like, yeah, I think I'm going to come coach for you guys next year. And it was dead silent in the dugout. It was so awkward. I was just sitting there like, I don't know what's going to happen. And he was like, nobody answered. He was just like, I'm gonna coach for you guys next summer. And nobody answered. And then he's like, did you guys even hear me? And Mariano said, we're not hiring. And he walked away. And that was it.
Yeah.
It was like, it was over after that.
So, okay, I think it's worth mentioning that coach was asked to step down by the academy.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
self-promotion though, you know, you got to do it sometimes.
But I think he kept that team in line.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he left, that team became the worst team to play in any sport.
Well,
Like,
and
Dude,
that other
after
was garbage.
okay, after we're done with this whole story, I'll tell you guys after. Like my cousins go to the academy, not anymore. They graduated, but they told me like everything like the academy kids thought of the situation and like what happened. And it's so skewed.
Oh,
It's
Yeah, they
so
thought we were
skewed.
racist. I've
They
heard
said
some
we
of
were
the things.
being
They thought that
racist
we
to
were being
them.
like racist to them because they're not like, I don't know, they're like,
Oh, no.
it's not like
Right
they're a
there,
very
Jordan.
diverse school, but they like to think that like we are just like all white and that everybody is just out to get anybody who's not white. Like they paint us out to be like a really racist school. And so they kind of flipped it after the situation happened where we were being racist and we deserved it. But pretty much what happened was we were playing a really competitive game. Their student section was trashing us the entire game. We started getting pissed off. Brandon said some things like towards the end of the game. And then in I guess, what do you call it? The sportsmanship lines or whatever, like when we're like shaking hands at the end of the game.
Well, no.
We get
No. Hold up.
Wait. So in the bottom of the 7th inning, we're up by 1 run, and there's runners on 2nd and 3rd, and first and third, and the runner takes off, and Brendan throws to second, but it went into center field, and both of the runners scored, and we lost the game.
But hold on. Before this whole game, even we played them in Lamar. This is a whole other story, but we played them in Lamar in the playoffs, and that kind of sparked everything.
Yeah, we beat them back to back because they were our last game of the regular season, and then they were our first game of the playoffs. So we beat them back to back.
So that kind of sparked this whole kind of thing. And so during this game, this was, let's see, I think it was either May 3rd or May 2nd last year. I don't know why I remember.
It was May 3rd. I remember because of journalism.
Yeah, it was a very memorable day. We'll say that. So one of the things that happened during the game was they slid into Brendan's leg, took him out, and Brendan was kind of like got in their face. Brendan doesn't take anything
Brendan was
from
pissed.
anyone. Right. So the game continues. You know, it's just a disgusting game, quite frankly. Like, it's not like physical, but they're being very, they're just not saying.
Unsportsmanlike?
They're being kind of
things.
vulgar.
Yeah.
There were some things that people said in the crowd and in their dugout and stuff that was pretty, like, I guess, like, it was just not something that's very, like, sportsmanlike. And they were being kind of just very unsportsmanlike during the game. So it was, like, kind of frustrating throughout the game because they were just being really rowdy and really, like, unsportsmanlike. So, like, throughout the game, it was kind of already pretty tense. And then to lose it in such a fashion that we did, like, it was pretty frustrating because I know that Brendan felt like he let us down and everything. So he was really, really heated.
Yeah.
And so he cussed one of them out at the end of like, I guess at the end of shaking hands and stuff like that. Someone said something to him and he just starts cussing everybody out.
Well,
So
it's because
because they were being like trashy to us.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, they were
exactly.
like, while they were being like, good game, they were like, good game, you suck, good game, whatever.
Yeah. They were being
jerks for
Yeah,
Yeah, they're being
Brendan
jerks.
was in front of me, and they told him good throw as he was walking past. So
Yeah,
it was-
that's
he was
just
pissed.
petty,
So
bro.
he starts screaming F you at them, and we're kind of like, oh crap, this is kind of tense. So we were like, okay, hey, Brendan, it's fine. We get talked to, then we finish the game. We're all packing our stuff up, and
Yeah,
I'm
nothing
walking out
even
of the
happened.
dugout,
This
and
is
all of a sudden I
ridiculous.
just hear screaming, and people are just sprinting out. And
Mhm.
all of a sudden I look over and I see Brendan is like walking back and he's like bloody. And I look over and I see people like scuffling. I remember I just took off and my mom is like screaming at me. My grandma screaming at me. Like my mom yelled at Dylan to come like chase after me. So I'm, like,
Yeah, I grabbed
sprinting
you
after
as
him.
well, bro. This guy is a
I didn't
loose
even change out of
cannon.
my cleats yet. I was just sprinting out of the dugout with my cleats on. I'm sprinting at these dudes. And I get like almost clotheslined by Dylan. And then Vince comes over. Vince is grabbing me. I'm like trying to wriggle free. I'm like screaming at everybody. I cussed out, I think, 2 grandmas. I cussed out a bunch of people.
You cussed out some
dude was walking
grandmas,
by,
man.
and he was kind of like shaking his hands. He's like, yeah, what? I'm just like cussing. I'm screaming F you to everybody in Academy gear. Like I'm screaming at people. Meanwhile, Pearson's over here throwing knees. Some dude comes up.
Yes,
and tries
sir.
to get him, and
Yes,
Pearson's over here,
sir.
like
So
kung fu
certified.
pandaing fools. Like this dude comes around a corner and is like sprinting at Pearson. He goes to punch him. Like I don't know if he missed or if he just was a complete wimp. But Pearson goes, that didn't even hurt, and knees this dude straight in, like the stomach or something.
Woo!
But this
Oh
all
my
started
God.
because they said something to Brendan's little brother. So
Yeah.
Brendan's little brother
Andrew.
Andrew was a year younger than us.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a year younger than us. Well, we have to put it in context. Like,
Yeah. Calm.
anyways, Brendan's younger brother Andrew was a year younger than us, and Brendan was a year older than us. So, like they come up and they're talking to Andrew because Andrew is a really good baseball player, and he was on the field during the time, and so they were kind of trash talking both of them. But they kind of targeted Andrew because he was younger and easier. Well, Brendan there was like 4 of them, and Brendan was like, hey, I'm like, he's like just kind of telling him to like screw off and stuff like that. And so they ended up jumping Brendan, and they kind of like.
No, he was like, okay, so I'm parked next to Brendan. His car is parked next to mine. So I'm walking out with him and Andrew, and they're all out there, and they start messing with Andrew, and Brendan says, stop messing with my younger brother, like you said. And then they were like, well, what are you going to do about it? So he started walking at him, and then they just attacked him. And me and Cade were the only ones that were like around. I don't even know where everybody else was, honestly.
We were all
There was the
Bro.
JV game right after, so people weren't even off of the field at that point.
Yeah, we were like shifting in
I
and
was-
out.
Because I was warming up, and then Caleb started running out of the field, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What in the world?"
Yo.
And then I like look out, and
Yeah, because I was
everybody's
still
like
getting
in
my
a
stuff
circle
from
in
the
the parking
dugout.
lot.
I was still getting.
And
I was
I was
still
like,
packing
oh.
my stuff up from the dugout.
Yeah.
Like I
I
wasn't
literally
even.
remember it being me and Cade and Brendan bloody on the ground, like literally fighting the entire team. And we were like, I don't even know what to do right now. That
This
giant
was
kid, you remember that really huge kid they called Trace?
Well, Trace is his
Yeah.
name, and he's a scumbag. But
Yeah, I
that's
know.
calm.
He literally came
Poker
around the
watching
corner of the
Trace.
truck, and I wanted to like pee myself. He was terrifying. So I kind of just like bear hugged him.
Bro,
And-
shout out to you guys though. 4 of you jumping one guy, like real big
Yeah, that
men
was
you
kind of
are,
a-
bro. Shout out to you guys for that
No,
one.
dude, the narrative behind that at the academy is so skewed. So basically, what they said is like in the lines, you know, like the good game lines. So like what you
Mhm.
guys said, how they were chirping at us, and then Brendan responded. They said that Brendan had said some racist comment to the catcher, because I'm pretty sure the catcher was that Hispanic kid, right?
Yeah, James.
Yeah.
Stone.
And they were like, "Oh, are you serious? Are you serious?" And then, like, of course, that's not what it happened, because like Brendan is not that kind of a guy.
No,
like,
that's not
he's
Brendan.
way,
Nobody on our
Brendan
team
he's
is.
way,
We
way too
wouldn't
laid
take
back.
that.
And
Yeah, nobody on our team is racist. And so that's a terrible claim by them. And I think if that's how they want to skew it, go ahead. But I'm going to tell you right
that's
now.
the
it's
thing
false.
is that it's like everything has sort of blown over, because their whole team at that point was all juniors, I think, or mostly juniors.
Yeah.
So
they had a lot of
by the
seniors
time
as
that
well.
we were, by the time that we were gonna play them, those same guys were probably not on the team. Obviously, like, there's bad blood, but the people that go there, my cousins, they told me the coach, what he had said is that it was like a mutual fight. Like, they agreed to go fight in the parking lot, and that he was trying
absolutely
to
not.
separate people.
Absolutely not. He was yelling at us as well. Because I remember we went out there and we're all like, get out of here, get out of here. And he was like, Jefferson Academy, you guys need to calm down, right? Like, he's yelling at us. I'm like,
Yeah, he's like screaming at
we haven't
Jefferson,
done
he just
anything
got
to you.
jumped.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
he told the cops that he was holding like two kids apart.
Anybody.
Gosh.
Not at
Bro,
all. That's
my
not how it
guy, you want to know the story about that coach during this whole situation? So the whole thing's going on in the parking lot. So he decides to get into it with our parent section, because we don't really have a student section. We have a parent section, but that's okay.
Hey, that's
and
lit.
so my mom was over there, and basically, Elion, your dad and the coach got into it. Did you know this?
It was my pops, and it was Cade's dad, and I think I'm not Mr.
Yeah.
Beck.
Yeah.
It had to have been Mr. Beck.
Yeah.
Mr.
Had
Beck
to have been.
would
Had to
stand
have
up for us.
Yeah,
for literally
Mr. Beck.
anything.
Shut
It was
up.
my dad, Cade's dad, and Dylan's dad. They were just arguing with their coach. I had no idea.
So basically, their coach comes over and is like, you like that? You like that? Like, acting like he's Kirk Cousins or something. Like, shut up, bro.
Nice.
So I think what happened, Elion, your dad was like, oh yeah, I remember Lamar last year.
Yeah, something like
And,
that.
and the coach
Your
just
dad,
went, oh.
man.
Yeah, he went in. My man's
Elion.
gone correct, bro. And he goes, their coach goes, go shut up and pour yourself another glass of Patron.
Something like that.
Yeah, like he's just being an idiot,
that.
bro.
It was dumb.
Yeah, it's like that.
Wow.
So this guy claims he's like innocent, like he was holding people apart. That this dude was literally on the field beefing with our parents. Like
He literally lied to the police about that. And
He did lie.
I'm glad
My mom
that,
told me about that.
yeah, I'm glad that Cade's dad was a police officer, because that worked out
Yeah,
really
Cade's
well.
dad is. I forgot about that. Cade's dad is a police officer.
yeah,
It was
he's like an airport cop. He has a sick job.
He has a
Wait,
He's
was he the guy that showed up, or was he just like
No,
the guy
he was
that?
he was
No,
holding
no,
people
no.
apart during the fight because Cade got into the
was
fight
already
too.
there.
And so
Yeah,
he
that
was
was
like
already there.
separating. He was like he pulled Cade out. He pulled Brendan and Andrew out, and he pulled I think Pearson. You got out too, but he was like pulling people out of the fight because like legitimately they got jumped.
Yeah.
And so like
They did. Wasn't there like 4 or 5 of them that all
There
came
were
around?
There were 6 academy kids, and there were
6?
3 of us, and one of them that got all bloody. It was 6 on 3.
Yeah, shout out you guys. Once again, I'll say it. Shout out you guys for that one. So let's go back to the Caleb story, right? So Dylan and I are holding this dude back. This dude elbows me in the face, right? So my jaw's all locked up. And he gets away for a second. Noah is on the field warming up. Noah runs outside of the gate and grabs Caleb. That was a certified moment, bro.
Dude, I remember I almost had Caleb in a chokehold at one point. He was trying to get away
bro.
so bad. I was like, this kid's gonna go to jail if I let him go because he's gonna kill someone.
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
It wasn't a
somebody
flex
went around
at
taking
all.
all of the bats out of the backpacks. They like took all the bats out. Do you remember that? And all the bats were laying
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was sketchy.
That was stupid.
So anyways, Grant starts trying to block one of their cars from leaving.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they were like
It's
laying
wild.
on the horn because that kid was trying to flee the scene.
Yeah, he
that
was
kid was
Yeah,
trying to
wanted
leave, so he
join
didn't
to
get
the
in
fight.
trouble.
He tried to leave.
That was
He
the
ended up
that was the
leaving.
kid that started it too. That was the kid that originally started it with Andrew.
Yeah.
That's
Was
cheap.
that their catcher, or was it Cisco or Trey? Like,
No,
who
it
was
was
that?
Cisco. The kid that was driving away was Cisco.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to you, Cisco.
Shout out to the catcher who taught me in basketball this year.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. This guy, bro.
I
So,
hate that.
I mean, what else happened that day? Like, it was just kind of chaotic. My mom was like, get out of here. So I don't really know what happened after.
Well, okay.
I
so,
left, like, right as the cops were showing up. So I'm not really
Grant-
sure what happened.
okay, so Grant gets in front of that big, whatever. I don't even remember what car it was, honestly.
It was like a Jeep. It was like a red Jeep.
Yeah, it was a Jeep.
Yeah. And I ran out to him, and I was like, dude, you got to get out of the way. And he was like, but he punched Andrew. And I was like, but it's a car. So he finally got out of the way, and we're all just talking. And then, like, there's a police officer in front of this truck.
Well, the ump
And-
started yelling again. The umps kind of
Yeah,
started the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing
yeah.
back up again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the ump was freaking out. I forgot about that. The
Yeah.
ump was like he didn't ump the JV game. I don't think because he was
No,
like
he didn't
like,
help at all, dude. He was
he was like
But coaches,
he was like
get this under
freaking
control
out. He's like,
now. Everything's calm. And he's like, coaches, I need you guys to get this under control right now. I'm like, bro, you're late. You're too late, bro.
Too much has happened. Yeah, that was dumb.
yeah.
And you had like different people from the academy because there were a couple girls who I knew were staying in the stands, and they came over saying, "I have a statement to give," and it was complete BS as I listened to them.
gosh.
And then after that, kind of the JV game happened. Noah, Stanley, you tell this because you were there, and Noah was there.
Yeah, I played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
can you
I
guys
remember-
explain what happened there?
Well, I remember I was in the stands, and our JV guys were doing well, and then all of a sudden Noah gets hit playing first base. Like he gets
He got nailed.
on the base path, right? Wasn't that what happened?
Yeah. So I wasn't even in the base path. Like I was literally on like my side of the base. Like
Yeah.
I was literally fine. And
Kid shoved you.
yeah, it was like a ground ball. Or like I don't know if he bunted or what, something.
Dude popped your joint.
And so I went to like I was running.
It was hit over to
ball.
third. I remember.
No. This was like the one that it was like a bunt attempt or like something. He hit it like weak, and it was over on my side. So I like ran to get the ball, and coach was just yelling like, let it go foul. So I was like, okay. So I started like backing up and into like fair territory, and this dude like say this is like the foul line, literally just goes out of the way to like literally just run me
Really?
over. Like
I
I'm a
didn't know
big
that.
dude.
Yeah,
like,
he went
and, like,
out of his way to try to hit Noah.
I
and like
didn't
I'm
know
a
that.
big dude, and he like literally just knocked me straight on my butt, dude. Like, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ridiculous, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro.
And then
Screw the
like that
academy.
whole game just had like a weird feel because out in the parking lot, like
Yeah.
everybody was still getting taken care of. There were cops. We had one ump because the other ump chose not to
Was
even do the
screaming
game
at
because he was
us.
yelling at parents.
Yeah.
And it was a mess. It was an absolute mess.
it was absolutely that whole situation was one of the messiest things I've ever seen.
Hey,
I
bro,
feel
shout out to the
like-
Bennett dad.
Well, okay, well
At the
we'll
Pencil
get there.
Center.
That might be a story for a different crew. I don't know. We can
Yeah,
think
we
about
might
that.
have to get.
Yeah, I think that'll be a different crew we'll get going. I want to keep this baseball centric. So the end of that season, this was like towards the really end of the season. There was a chance we were going to play them in the playoffs again. Like, and
I
like, that
remember
game
that.
would have been insane. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they would have let us play. I don't think they would have. I don't
okay.
think they would have let it happen.
So like from there on out, there was a CHASA, like not an umpire, but like a CHASA official at our games, like making sure nothing was going.
Yeah.
And I was like, we really, I mean, at the end of the day, like we
Well,
were just defending ourselves.
well, yeah, we were
and-
just defending ourselves, and what proved it was they got in a fight with PRA later that year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
PRA.
I
How are you
remember
gonna fight
that.
PRA?
How do you fight
Later.
PRA? They're literally garbage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they fought Bruce Randolph. Like, these guys were looking for a fight, and I mean,
They were just gonna fight anyone they could.
yeah, they were gonna fight anyone, and that happened. I mean,
Is that coach still at the academy?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He is.
Yes,
Seriously?
he is. Because he was at the basketball games, and we started chirping at him. We're like, "What's
Yeah.
this?"
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember
dude.
that. I
Yeah.
remember that. He was at the basketball
He
games.
sat
Yeah.
right next to the student section, and Ryan Ponzio sat next to him.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
tough.
Dog.
That's tough.
Dubs. Hunt Dylan.
Dude, that was when I got a concussion and was out for the game.
That was
Bro,
probably
this game was
because
stupid.
that dude completely like literally,
Same
like,
guy,
killed-
bro.
Career high that game.
It was their catcher.
No, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
went.
He
You
undercut
guys went
you,
on a
Dylan.
run. Oof. You guys went on like a 12-point run where they just like couldn't score. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it was
That
insane.
was so hype. When you guys beat them, I was like,
that was sick. That was the coolest ever.
Then
yeah.
we, like,
when
charged the
he
court.
flipped you though, when he undercut you, I was
Yeah.
so
Oh,
pissed.
Yeah.
Bro,
Everyone was like
Yeah.
on the court.
Yeah, everyone was just
Yeah.
yelling at him from the students.
Yeah,
section.
everyone was like, "What the heck?"
Because he flipped you, and then he like stood over you.
and then he
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, I'm like that. Like,
Oh,
Dude,
my-
Like what?
That was so bad.
Like,
I'm like that."
And then he tried to apologize. He's like, bro, I didn't mean to do it. I was like, yeah, you did.
Sure.
And then he sat on the bench wearing a towel on his head the rest of the game. You're not Curry, Brad.
Yeah.
Who just left?
No, Noah's still in. He just muted his
Okay.
mic.
Okay. Yeah, so that happened. I think that's the end of that story, really. We were going to play them again this year. That
Man.
doesn't look like it's not happening in the spring. It may happen some point in the summer, but I don't think it will. I think really we were never supposed to play them in another sport again. But that didn't happen.
Well,
So, yeah. I'm not really sure what's going to
contract
happen
with
with
them
that.
to play him this year, but after this year, we weren't gonna like play him anymore.
I don't
Yeah,
think that
there's going to
will.
be like no league scheduled games.
Well, yeah, their coach after that happened was like, "I'm canceling all of our future games with you." So,
Please,
Well,
please do.
"Hey, please."
yeah.
Please do.
And they
No.
started
I
focusing
kind of
on-
wanted to play them, though. I kind of did.
No, I did too, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I was like, if we're gonna be
Like,
dealing
why
with
would
that,
you?
I'm just trying to play baseball at the end of the day. Like,
Right.
we
You,
get
like,
our,
wanna
we'll get our own
compete,
back
but,
by
like-
beating you 15-0,
Yeah,
and then
and we're
waving
gonna
goodbye
do
to you. Like,
And we're gonna do it well. We're not gonna be cocky.
I'm just going to
Yeah,
say that
that's-
if we did end up playing them in the playoffs, we would have clapped them.
That would've
Like
been
we were
insane.
so pumped for that game. I think that was probably like the most intense that I've seen, like that group of seniors, especially Brendan. Like that was the most intense,
Yeah.
like look in their eyes where they're like, we're going to beat these guys if we play
Oh,
them
yeah.
again. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
shout out Cedar Edge though. All right.
Oh yeah,
So
no,
let's.
shout out Cedar Edge.
So I think let's put a pin in that one.
Yep.
Let's like, what do you guys want to talk about? Because like, I kind of want to talk about like Cheyenne trips or
I want to talk about like favorite memories.
favorite memories like with the team. I'd say with the team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like with
one
the
favorite
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be on the field even.
B-dubs trips. Like every time we went to B-dubs after a game.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Um,
That was fun.
I think like one of my favorite memories for like team wise, I think either the Bennett, like, so we had a walk off against Strasburg in the summer.
Oh,
once,
yeah.
and that was hype. But
Yeah.
the more hype one was last year's first game against Bennett. We're down like 7-0
Oh,
going into like the sixth, and we make this comeback. And I'm on the bench, and I'm just like, I firmly believe we are going to win this game. Like, I never for a minute doubted we were going to win that game, even though like we were down so much. Shout out to the girls soccer team for the help
Yeah.
with that dub.
Oh
by the
my
way.
gosh, that was
Facts.
so funny.
Shout out to
And-
Stanley's walk-off home, or not home run, but walk-off single to
Well,
win our first
Hold
state.
on. I want to tell this story
Wait,
though,
yeah,
because
yeah.
so it's bottom of the seventh, and basically we hit what we think is the winning run. So
Yeah,
we're running on
Elion-
the field,
Elion hit
throwing
it.
water bottles everywhere,
Elion hit the
getting
single.
hype,
Yeah.
and And so we're like, let's go. We won, little dogpiling, and like it was just hype, right? So Bennett comes over. Our scorebook says that that wasn't the winning run. Well, first off, we're the home scorebook.
Yeah, they're not the home
So,
scorebook. What the?
Whatever. It didn't end up working out. So then we come back the next inning, and Stanley hits his classic clutch hit, line drive to left field.
It was the exact same hit.
Every
It's the
time.
exact same hit every time. And yeah, we won that game, and it was just hype. And then we went to B-dubs afterwards because we didn't have school the next day because it was like the bomb cyclone. And I don't know, it was just like a fun day. Like it was a really good way to get that season started. It was a season that we thought was going to be legendary, and I think for us personally it was. But I think
We took a lot of steps that season.
We were number one in the state at one point.
Yeah,
We were. I remember that. We were number one in the
We were
state.
number one for like a week and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
were
should've
number
been
one for
better
like a
last
couple
year.
games. Like we kept winning games, and we stayed number one for a little bit, and then I think we won. We played an opponent that was bad, and I think we still beat them, but it dropped us dropped down to like 8th.
Oh yeah.
You know what team really came out of nowhere? Like out of absolutely nowhere? University.
Yeah.
Because I had never really heard about them before. Or
Yeah, I
maybe
heard about
just
Sterling and Eaton. Sterling and Eaton were like the two powerhouses, kind of, and then University comes in and claps cheeks, bro. Like,
yeah, that team.
I remember
I
the
wasn't
first
there
time we
for
played
that
that
game.
team.
I was out in Europe, but
I remember the first time we played that team.
Yeah.
It was like right when Old Town Road was like super
Yeah.
popular, and this guy who had like a flow, that was like his walk-up song,
Yeah.
and all these guys were just like
Yeah.
dominant. Like these guys were insane. These guys were crazy.
I have
that's
a
my
favorite-
memory. Who's next?
I have a favorite memory because I have to go pretty soon.
Okay.
I have 2 favorite memories actually. One of them is of Ed up in Conifer with the bat in the Lightning.
Oh my gosh.
And the other one is Cade trucking that giant 400-pound first baseman.
Oh, yo,
Oh.
that was sick.
I forgot about that.
That was probably – he just hit a routine ground ball to the shortstop, and he's trucking down the line with his head down. And then the first baseman's like standing literally on top of the base. And Cade just annihilated him. I don't even –
He ran him over.
I mean, he ran straight through the bag. It was all legal.
Oh, yeah, it was totally legal because the first baseman was on top of the base. So he didn't have
but
anything else to do. Cade destroyed him. he was like
Big
70
hit.
pounds. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was hype. Elion, you haven't talked for a while, bud. So you got something?
No, I'm playing 2K. It's getting intense.
You're still on the podcast, bud.
I know. I'm listening. I'm contributing.
no, you're not.
But you're not. But you're not.
All right, what do I have to say? My favorite memory?
Favorite memory with the team can be baseball or just hanging out.
Probably Olive Garden.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are always good
That was
memories.
so fun.
Yikes. There's some things that happened at all.
Cade. Oh, my
No.
God.
No.
We can't
We're not
say
even
it.
gonna
We
bring
can't
this up.
say it. We
I'm
can't
not.
say it.
Caleb, Cade.
That's
Cade.
what I said, Dylan.
Yeah,
One word. Cade.
Oh,
My bad.
Cade at Vincent's house.
Oh,
We have to hang out with them this summer.
Yo.
Facts.
We have to.
Oh,
That's
Cade, I
actually
miss
so
you,
fun.
man. I miss you,
Yeah,
Cade.
Cade.
Oh my
that was crazy. All right,
All
I
right,
gotta
who
go.
wants to go next? You
That
gotta go,
first,
Pearson?
All right, we'll see you,
Yeah,
Pearson.
Thanks
Yeah,
so much for
Pearson.
letting me.
Bye,
come
bud.
on.
Yeah, it's been good. Have fun homeschooling.
Oh, thanks so much. It's no different than all the time before coronavirus. Nothing changed.
Hey,
for me.
when's your graduation?
It's still on May 23rd. You should come to my kitchen.
Oh, it's
Nice.
tempting.
All right, see you, boys.
All right,
See ya.
Bob.
Have a good one.
Oh man. Who wants to go next? Noah's
I don't
grubbing,
know.
so I think we'll leave him alone.
Yeah.
I'll go last.
Dylan, you got one?
honestly, that like first state championship, the summer state championship, That was so much fun. Like I just remember we were down by how much were we down by? Like
We were
7
down by 6.
Yeah, we were done by 7 in the last inning.
in the last inning, and like we all were like, okay, we have another game. We'll play them tomorrow, and we'll win tomorrow, and it'll all be good. And then I remember Coach Danny being like, "No, we're winning today." And then like it just started happening, and everybody was getting like Ed got a hit. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, dang, it's really
And grounded out to the shortstop, but the shortstop bobbled it. We got lucky.
hey, he's still
Hey,
got
man. Yo, what's up with everybody coming at Ed right now, bro? Ed's a dog, man.
back.
Ed was low-key a homie.
I loved
What
it.
do you mean,
Low-key?
low-key? High-key.
Dude, like, that's
Ed
scary.
was literally my older brother.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, Ed was a dog, bro. But anyways, Stan, please, or Dylan, please continue.
No, that was so much fun. I remember storming the field after Stan got that hit.
I was in Mexico. Not a
Oh,
flex at all.
No, bro, that's actually so tough, though. I remember that. Because
like,
Noah got it on his GoPro. And he got the
Yeah.
video. We were like videotaping Stan's at bat because we were really close to hitting a walk-off. We just had a good feeling about it. So Noah's like, I'm gonna start recording this, and he's got his little GoPro. He's like holding it and everything. And Stanley hits it, and we're like, no way, and we all just like stormed the field. And I remember we like fire drive Stanley at fucking first
Dude,
base.
I remember I
First
was
base.
with like Ryan and other couple people in like the back of the dugout, and we were like preparing to run out. We're like, he's gonna hit it. We were like preparing to run out.
I remember that. That was actually so tough. But then, yeah, that was an insane memory for sure. The second state championship, I think, was a good memory too. I feel like it wasn't as special.
Say
because,
that, Caleb. Stay winning.
okay.
No.
But I think
Didn't
that
you
it's
put that
like,
on your resume?
He
Okay.
did.
That was because Elian told me to.
You put that on your resume, bro?
Yeah,
Well,
on his
I-
resume it said 3A
I
state
confided in
championship.
Elian, and Elian gave me false information. So don't.
Oh, no. Listen, I love that game as well because it was our last. Well, it was supposed to be our last summer game. We might be playing this summer.
That was our
And-
last game that we played, though.
Yeah, that's our last game, official game we've played. I didn't play. I was the bullpen catcher that game. But I think that game was special because we knew it could have not been our last summer game. We could have played the next day if we lost because of the double elimination. But like we knew that was gonna be our last game because we knew we were gonna win.
Dude, that
we
whole
were, like-
playoff series, we knew that we were gonna win.
Yeah,
It was
like,
kind
I-
of crazy too because during this like actual summer season, we were kind of wondering. We were like, like it was cool because we had just won a state championship. We're coming off of that, and like we're playing Legion B, and we're like, man, we are like that's the beginning. We were like, man, back to back, and then we started playing, and it wasn't as easy as the first year because we had a lot of younger guys, and we lost a big core of starters from the year before, and so we're just like, man, this is going to be like really hard, and so we didn't finish like crazy good. But I just remember as soon as playoffs started, we just started clapping teams, and it wasn't like we were beating them by a ton of runs. It was just like we were just like fundamentally dominant. Like when it came time, like every single person stepped up. Like it was definitely really, really fun.
I tripped over first base in the opening game. We'll post that clip sometime, maybe. I'm not going to make any promises with that. That's pretty embarrassing.
don't know.
Yeah,
That was
I
just-
agree. That state tournament and that state championship game, they were special for sure.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Stanley, did you share already? I forgot.
I did not.
Go ahead.
On the field, it was definitely winning that first state championship. And not just because I hit it, it was like everybody did something through the lineup. Like you had Cade who got a single, then I blooped one, then Ed got on, and then once bases were loaded, that's when the bats really started going. Elion singled for a run, Andrew singled for a run, and then Grant hits that 3-run triple into the deepest part of the field, which was insane. And it was like at that moment we knew we were going to win.
Yeah.
and it was just like, and then they started walking guys, and it was just insane. You could like feel it in the air, and it was crazy because like when I stepped in, I was really nervous when Cade got hit. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, come on. But once I stepped in the box, it was like all my nerves went away. And it was like, all I'm going to do is hit the ball as hard as I can and get it in the air. And the first pitch looks like it was coming in slow-mo. And next thing I know, it's in left field, and we won, which was just the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, man, I'm so sad I missed that. Shout out the rain delays that weekend.
Oh my, yeah.
I'm so sad I missed that. That trip was sick though, but I definitely am sad I missed that because that's like a defining moment.
Yeah. And it was crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, shout out Elion's hit in the second state championship, though.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I can't remember. I shout out to that dude. He scored 2 runs.
Thank you.
Got me up on the mound with a lead.
Yo, that last inning was stress, though. We're like, because remember Ben made the error, and we're all like, bro, no.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was the third error of the game.
Yeah, I remember. So I came in at like the last out of the 6th. And so my first pitch, I like caught a dude inside and it just popped up straight to me. And I was like, oh my gosh. Because I was like pooping my pants. Like it was definitely like a stressful moment. And then I just remember, like Ben missing that. I remember like Elion kept talking to me. Elion was like, come on, man, come on. We're good. Like he was really doing a good job of like trying to keep everybody's nerves down. And then I just remember like the little foul ball straight to Mason. And I remember Mason struggled with those the entire tournament. Every time there was a foul ball at first that was kind of in there, it was always like a 50-50 ball. So like it was kind of stress. And then this dude goes up, gets under it, and makes the catch. And that was the end of that. And it was just crazy.
Noah, do you remember running on the field with the water bottles and we chucked them like 30 feet up in the air? And we're trying to dogpile, right? And this dude, Caleb, won't go down. He's like, oh, I'm a big man. I'm not going to go down.
No, I didn't want to be on the bottom of the dog pile because I hate being in dog piles because I feel like I'm afraid of suffocating. Because there's like
it's the state championship.
Nah, bro, I'm not going to die for no dog pile. I can't.
You're not going to die, bro.
I was stressed. Well, but it freaks me out, though. Like that, if there's anything that like really freaks me out, it's like suffocating and being at the bottom of like something that's heavy. Like,
yeah, I guess, but
it was kind of stress.
Kind of needed to do it for the culture at that moment. Like,
yeah. I don't know. Shout out to I think it was me and Dylan who poured the water on Coach.
I was there too. And we went to grab it, and Coach was like, hold on, let me take out my hearing aids.
Yeah. He said, hold on a second. Okay.
Like,
bring it on. Yeah, that was sick.
And baseball has, man, I'm kind of like getting like sad almost because it's like actually over. Like,
yeah.
That's it. That was the last
game. You have these memories, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like hitting me because I guess like, like at the end of the season last year, like when all the seniors, like after we lost to Eaton, like it was like everybody was just like crying and everybody was sad and like all the seniors were just really sad. But like they had like that moment of closure because after that was like, okay, well now they're like, now they're on to the next part of their lives. But like,
we didn't really get that because we didn't really get to accept it.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be our last season, but we were just hyped for it. And then, like, we don't have a last game, I guess.
Well, like, at least for me, if I would have known that I wouldn't, like, be seeing you fellas, like, every day for the past, like, I don't know, month and a half, like, I definitely would have said, like, bye to everybody after the scrimmage. You know what I mean? Because, like, we just thought it was a scrimmage, and we just, like, went home, and we were just like, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, Noah flaked on us. We tried to go to McDonald's with him.
But it wasn't like that.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different.
No,
and then
man,
Pearson almost played first base for JV.
Yeah, like it was just, it's those moments, man.
If I would have known that was our last game, bro, I would have played JV too.
I would have been like, Coach, I'll play first base.
Yeah, I would have been like, Coach, I don't have to bat. Like, just put me in the field. Let me do something. Like, if I would have known that was our last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, like, I've come to terms with it, but still like sad, you know. Like I think like I knew it was gonna happen, but when they officially canceled the season, like that hit me hard
It
for
did.
sure.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I mean, do we want to keep talking about that game? Anything else, Caleb?
I don't know. I think we've covered a lot of stuff, I feel like. And honestly, I think we've covered everything that is like a big memory, because those were like the first things we kind of thought of. I know that everybody kind of had one, like, I guess.
Well, yeah, Jeremy and Noah haven't shared theirs yet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys are still listening, I know this is super long. We're actually going to cut it up into clips, but we'll upload the whole thing, but we're going to cut it into clips as well.
Yeah.
But this was just kind of a conversation we felt like we needed to have, and we thought, why not document it so we can have it forever, and then you guys can kind of see what it's been like for us.
Yeah, it's been like, I think this is kind of our closure point, because we never really got a last game and we never got a senior night and all this stuff. So I think that this is like our like kind of like, if you want to call it our last game, or this is like our chance to kind of talk with like amongst everybody and just kind of, you know, reminisce on the last like 4 years of baseball.
Yeah. So with that being said, Jeremy, your favorite memory, sir?
So on the field, like personally, it was a peak-to-peak game. And that would be sophomore year.
Oh, I know what this one is.
He's
Yeah.
pitching.
And oh my God, this is the best game I've ever played. Like I peaked sophomore year. Like when I say that as like a joke, it's actually like not a joke. We were playing peak to peak. I forget what the score was, but at the time we had like no pitchers on JV because we had just like wasted through them. Because everybody was throwing balls, and I had only thrown one practice bullpen for like 15 minutes maybe. And Scarrato told me, he was like, Jay, go get ready to pitch. And I was like, to pitch? And he was like, yeah, go. Get ready now. I was like, what? And then I go out onto the mound, and I have the best game I think I've ever had. Like, I think I only allowed 2 runs through 4 innings. I ended up hitting the game-tying double.
That was so hype.
Yeah.
I hit and that was a doozy. Like if I would have gotten all the way and hanging that, I think it might have been a home run. So, and then I won the game with a walk-off hit by pitch. So that's always a cool little thing. I got hit by pitch so many times on JV, dude. It wasn't even.
It's because nobody can pitch inside on JV, bro.
No, nobody can, and they always hit me because I'm too big. So, anyway, off the field though, I mean, you guys all talk about that first championship, and I didn't have the opportunity to be there, just because of like family reasons. So that second state championship, I think that the feeling that you guys have towards the first one is the feeling that I have towards the second one. Because even if I didn't like really play a whole lot, like I just remember being in Cheyenne and like being with all you guys in like the hot tub, and even though it's like really corny, like I knew that you guys are like my best friends. Like you guys have gotten me through high school. So like that's a huge compliment. And I don't know, like that final game, like I know I give Caleb crap for that pitching thing, but like Caleb's like my best friend, and so to like watch him be able to like do that for himself and like win a state championship, it's priceless. It's like actually priceless. So I think my favorite like personal experience is not on the field is we were riding in the bus back from old Chicago. And that Posty song with Young Thug had just dropped that weekend.
Yeah, goodbyes.
Oh my gosh. Like we played that song every single time we got in the bus. Like that song reminds me of Cheyenne. And
yeah.
Just it was just good memories. Like I'm gonna look back on baseball like so fondly. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, shout out to
Noah.
Revenge of the Dreamers 2 dropped. while
Yeah,
we were
bro,
checking
that
out.
whole
Oh,
trip,
dude, I
Revenge of the
remember that.
Dreamers.
Bro, shout out J. Cole, honestly. You're
Yeah.
not listening, but that's insane.
What if he is?
Yo,
Bro,
shout
J.
out
Cole,
you,
J. Cole, if you're listening, dude, I'm like you're the GOAT, honestly. So
I'm your biggest fan. Let me play you one of my beats right now.
Yeah, no, that's whew, that hit me, Jay. That means a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
bro, that was tough.
Yeah.
Noah.
Sorry if I dampened the mood. Might be.
No, I mean it was like it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Noah, you got something?
Yeah. So honestly, I'd say on the field, my favorite was the first state championship. I mean, everyone's talked about it, so I'm not just gonna go in depth. But basically, yeah, I just remember I was hanging out in the dugout with I think it was you, Panda, and I think
I wasn't there. I can
you weren't there. It was Zay. I think Stanley was next to me and Zay for a second because I remember Zay telling Stanley, like, Stanley, if you hit this walk off, I'll buy you a minivan. Or like, I think Stan was next to us, and then, man, I want to say it was like Ryan or somebody. But anyway,
I think Ryan was.
yeah, and I just remember like we were all like yelling, like cheering so loud, like all of our voices were just gone. And we just felt like, I don't know, like for me personally, like I just knew it was gonna happen. Like if it wasn't Stanley, then it was gonna be Ed. If it wasn't Ed, then it was gonna be the next guy up. Like it was definitely gonna happen. So I remember Zay telling me to bring my GoPro to that game to film when we win. And I'm so glad I did because I'm just gonna keep that clip for forever, dude. But yeah, I remember I was like, dude, I'm gonna go grab it. And I started filming it, and I'm so glad I grabbed it like right before Stanley's at bat because, I mean, Stanley hit the first pitch, and we all ran out there, and I mean, it was crazy. If you guys haven't seen the clip, maybe like I can send it to Panda or Caleb, and they could put it on the podcast or something like that. But
yeah, we'll have to do something like that. Put together our clips.
Yeah.
We're still figuring out the whole editing thing, but yeah, we'll have to start putting in clips and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say that's for sure my favorite memory on field. Off the field, it's got to be all the Wyoming trips, dude. I'd say probably this last one specifically, just because I don't know, we were the seniors, like everyone really kind of listened to us, and
Bro, shout out to Dylan's ice bath for his birthday.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
all the pranks of everyone in the shower, like
Oh no.
Shout out to Elion.
I have the funniest video.
Low key though, my favorite memory from that Cheyenne trip was probably like all of us were in on it. We pranked Trevor that he had to dress up for that last day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was so sick. He shows up in his shirt and tie. He's like, wait.
He was like, you guys are
aren't
dressing
dressed
up too, right?
You guys are dressing up too.
Yeah, because before Cheyenne,
I was like, boys, we're pranking someone. We're getting Trev. He'll listen because I knew Trev would listen to us.
Yeah. And I remember like all of us were like, yeah, don't forget to bring like a nice pair of clothes. And everyone was in on it except Trevor. Trevor brought a nice pair of clothes, and he got all dressed up, and we waited for him outside the door.
And we picked him up and dragged him on the bus.
Yeah.
And he didn't have time to change either. We were like in the process of leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
He shows up to Old Chicago in a shirt and tie.
He's the only one too.
Because we're like, yo, we're going to a steakhouse, really, really fancy dinner. You don't get in without a shirt and tie.
Then we go, all you can eat pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite Cheyenne memories, let's see if I can get this right, it was after Old Chicago. Well, first off, let's be clear what happened. So we lost to the Sixers. This was the first Cheyenne, or would it have been some of you guys' second?
I struck out a guy with a curve ball
Wait,
in
this
Cheyenne,
last one?
Wyoming. But
No,
just
between
wanted to plug that.
sophomore and junior year. That was
Oh,
the
yeah,
second
yeah,
one,
to the
right?
first one. The first one. Well,
First
most,
one we all went on together.
I think it was.
And we're just like, I don't know, like we had just lost, but like, I don't know, there was that guy who kept wanting to fight us, Caleb.
Oh yeah, this dude in left field. So we're like in between innings. We're like kind of like cheering, being kind of obnoxious, whatever. And we didn't really say anything to anybody specific. We were just being hyped and kind of like, we just moved up, so we're like still freshmen technically because we haven't even had a day of like sophomore year, and so we're just like kind of being obnoxious. And,
No, this was after sophomore year though.
oh, it was our sophomore going to our I do remember. Okay, so we like me and Vince were, the way the dugouts were set up was there was like a like the main dugout that was connected to the field that was like open, but then there was like a second dugout that only had like a bench and like a few, like there's a trash can and stuff. And so I remember like Noah was sitting on the trash can dancing, Vince was sitting on one side of the bench, I was sitting on the other side of the bench, and we're just kind of like, just being annoying and cheering really loud. And this dude just starts yelling like at like me and Vince and Noah, and he's just like yelling out our numbers. He's like, "Come fight me! Come fight me! Hey, number 9, number 31, like they was just screaming at us." And
yeah, he thought he was a big man. That was the game I started a rally by getting hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
I crowded the plate so hard because I knew I couldn't get a hit, and worked. I got hit by a pitch. Do you remember that guy also like flipped off our bus at the hitting facility?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we went to a hitting facility to like practice before one of our games. We had like a hitting practice before one of our games, and we're like all loading in the bus, and their team pulls up, and so we're like kind of like driving away, and we're looking at him, and we were being kind of obnoxious and rude.
We were like,
but this dude, yeah, we were like like yelling at him, kind of like, "Oh wait, you guys suck," like all this stuff. And this dude just turns around and straight up just like flips us off. Like we kind of deserved it, but it was funny.
It was just funny. But I think at the end, my favorite memory from it was the last night. So, or the Saturday night. So that wouldn't have been the last night, but it was the last night, not the last day. And we get on the bus, and like Michael is just like sitting on the cooler in the back. We're all just driving. We get to the Old Chicago. We eat our dinner. We eat like so much pizza. And then we get out to the bus, and Coach is still inside. So we're like, oh man, let's just get in the bus. Ed goes fully through the window, and Ed goes through the window and opens the door, and we're all on the bus, and Coach is like, how did you guys get on?
And Ed said an app. He said
the bus
he
app.
said we had an app.
That was so mean. It was so funny.
Yeah, bro, that was such a fun time. I don't know. One thing I think we skipped over was the party that we had at Vincent's house after the second state championship. Like when we all went over to Vincent's house, and then we went golfing the next day.
Oh yeah, championship golf. So basically, I kind of wanted to make a deal with the team, and so I basically said, all right, if we win, if we go straight through, we're having a party at my house, sleepover. We're just gonna get lit, basically. Clean. We didn't drink or anything. We don't do that. Of course not. And so basically everybody comes over after we win, hyped. We got the trophy. We're just playing Xbox. We go to like the park and play basketball. What else? Noah takes like Trevor and Ben to get snacks at 7-Eleven at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
What else? What else happened? I mean,
Zach
we just kinda hyped.
Bartholomew like basically broke the trophy by dry humping
Oh
it.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He loosened like the back supports because he was
messing around with it.
Oh no.
But yeah, we did a crap ton of stuff because I think we played video games a little bit. We like set up all these cots in the basement. Like
Oh yeah.
Didn't we watch UFC?
No,
that wasn't that time.
Yeah.
Was that they all kind of blend
was it?
together?
Yeah. We've spent a lot of time together, all of us. So.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just fun because we did that, and then the next morning we woke up and we were all like, "Man, we gotta go do something. We gotta extend this. Like this was so awesome. Like what are we gonna do?" And we were just like, you know what? Let's just let's just go golfing. So we all like rented carts and we did our thing and we were just golfing. Oh crap. We did something else. Do you remember when we went to Thomas and we played tag at Thomas Field
Oh
dark?
my God.
with Ryan and them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
So we got like a bunch of us together and we like went to Thomas Field and we were like kind of messing around and then we're like, what are we gonna do? So we were like, oh, let's play like hide and seek or whatever. But then it turned into like hide and seek tag.
Yeah, Noah wanted to go downtown and ride the scooters at like.
Oh yeah, at like 3 in the. It was like it wasn't 3, but it was pretty late. It was like midnight or something like that. Like
it was like 11, and we're like.
The only one who wanted to though.
Oh, we all wanted to, but then I was like.
I want to download the stupid Lime app. And
well, we're still gonna do it. We'll do it this summer for sure.
Yeah.
We'll do it this summer for sure.
Yeah, we'll take another dub.
You guys remember? Shoot, what was it? It was when we were playing like, it was like hide and seek, but we went to like this park.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
That was the same
security, and then it was the same night, and the security showed up, and we got so scared, dude.
No, Jay, you were like the only one that was scared.
I was like,
sounds good. My bad, guys.
No. What happened was we're chilling. Elion, what was Elion doing, bro? Elion, I'm trying to get Elion back into the conversation because he has such
anything. I was hiding.
No, you remember you were just hiding in the shadow and Stanley couldn't find you?
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of mean, but that was funny.
I had the best hiding spot, bro. I was underneath an actual rock.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jeremy, it took us like 20 minutes it turned into from like I think I forget who's seeking to like all of us seeking. Like we spent probably like 15 minutes looking for you after everybody already got found. Like you found
I felt so cool.
I knew where he was because I was gonna go hide there, but I wasn't saying anything because I was like, I can't give this up. Like, there's no way.
I don't know. I just walked by and I like heard him and I was like, what? And I was like looking around that area. I was like, I heard something. And I look, and Jeremy's like in the smallest vault, like under the rocks.
Oh god.
That's jokes.
I don't know. That's like
yeah, that night was sick. Yeah. I think it
have been amazing. That's all.
Yeah, that's for sure. Last 3 years have been incredible.
For sure.
I think what I'm gonna miss the most is like just being with you guys, like Caleb said, like those like the B-dubs and the just like hanging out, because like baseball, like we always were there, like we always played hard when we got there, like, but like we like it didn't. How do I say this? Like baseball has always been the primary thing for us, but like we're friends, like we're like we. You know, when I first like met you guys, especially like I don't know, like we were all friends. Like Noah, you knew Elion, Dylan, Caleb, and Jeremy. I don't know. What my point is, like we've kind of just become friends, and like that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it became more from like us not knowing each other, but having to be teammates, and of like you guys are like literally some of my like best friends now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We've done a lot of talking. It's probably like been, I think,
a 2-hour episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost been 2 hours.
Like we might do another one of these, we might not. It just depends. But I just think it was good for us to kind of get everything off our chest. Like Elion, I don't think you shared your favorite memory. Dylan, I don't think you shared your favorite memory.
I said all regarding.
No, they did.
You did.
And I said the first state championship.
Yeah.
Oh,
they did.
Okay. Well, it was so brief that I don't even remember because Elion's coming in and out because he's playing Fortnite.
Mustache.
Oh, yeah,
what's with the mustache all of a sudden?
Yeah, bro, this guy.
He's a different man with that mustache. I don't even recognize this Caleb.
It was so funny.
Okay.
I was bringing.
You wouldn't recognize me anyways, bro. When's the last time that you tried to talk to me?
You haven't hit me up all break.
You're kidding, bro. I tried to play games with you so often, and you're like, I don't know, bro. I'll hit you up. I'll see. And I was just tired of getting
nice.
flaked
You
on,
never
son.
play games with me, bro.
Hey,
want to play
Okay, Jeremy, when's the last time that you ever even talked to me? This guy has.
When was the last time you talked to me,
Well,
Caleb?
I'm tired of reaching out to you.
Stanley's like taking a
When?
nap. Stanley's done with us.
Stanley's asleep.
Stanley's like, I'm out, bro.
I pulled up to Elion's house the other day to give him like some like homemade cookies. And this guy was scruffy. I have never seen Elion with that much facial hair. It was
Jeremy,
He probably had 6. He probably had 6.
6 what? Hairs?
Yeah, 6 hairs.
What are you saying? He probably had 6.
dude,
What does that
Elion's
even
about to
mean?
be fat. I brought him donuts. Jeremy brought him cookies.
Whoa!
That's
Dude,
Elion
I
again.
live up the street from him. Why haven't you? been-
TFTI.
Birthday. It was
No,
his
what?
birthday.
Dylan, they're gone already.
Of course they are.
Because you
Oh,
ate them.
no.
Dude, that was a dozen donuts. You probably ate them in one day.
I
Probably.
had 7 of them.
No, in Elion's defense, I'll eat a dozen donuts in one sitting. I'll do that.
Here we go.
One
Here
sitting?
goes meal plan.
Mr. Mom.
Okay, shut up,
10,000
Elion.
calorie challenge.
We have to do that, bro. We have
Oh,
to.
no.
no, Caleb.
Yes,
After
bro.
quarantine, I'm kind of down.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Oh,
What I'm saying is we can do that, but we're gonna have to do the burn 10,000 calorie challenge like the next 2 weeks after that. 'Cause we're gonna
Have you
feel like
guys
crap.
genuinely been like working out and stuff since this like
Yeah.
quarantine thing?
I
yes.
have been.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I like
Not as
my-
much as I wanted to.
I like
dropped
go
like
out.
2 minutes off my mile time.
Wow, good
Oh,
for you.
snap.
Maybe.
All
Well,
right,
I don't
go
have a
off.
treadmill, Vince, so good for you.
I added 2 minutes, so I mean,
Yeah,
That's a big
yeah,
flex.
yeah. I'm with
Wait,
Dylan.
Bro,
Dylan.
I don't even run. So I
Dylan,
kind
what
of
were
take
you-
the cake there.
Jeremy's like, my overall on my Madden team has gone up eight points.
Yeah,
I've
No,
almost
I-
maxed
I-
out the
I'm
achievements on
kidding,
Madden
bro.
20, you know.
Oh
Wait,
my.
Dylan, so what were you gonna run on the track team?
sprints. Probably the 400 and like 200s.
So really not that different from baseball.
Yeah, pretty much.
The 400 is
basically
hard, though. 400 is hard. 200
Yeah,
is
bro.
hard, but not as hard. But the 400 I've heard is like the worst one to run.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude,
400
I
terrifies
went
me.
to a track meet like just to watch the people that run like the flat out sprints are insane. Like even if you're not like a huge like big time athlete, they're all like so strong and lean and just like insanely fast.
Yeah, they're all like Zace and John, just like jacked and like fast.
I remember seeing this one kid. I'm pretty sure he committed D1 for football. It was like the Jeffco. It was like the state, like the state competition. This guy was wearing a Broomfield High School like a cutoff, and he like cut it into a crop top, and it was a cutoff, so he could like show off his washboard abs. This kid ran the fastest mile I have ever seen. He ran it. I think it was like 5. It was 5 something. Like this kid was sprinting. Like it was insane.
Jeez.
He looked like Ezekiel Elliott, man. He had like the giant like mop on his head.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, does anybody have anything else? I know I don't want to keep you guys longer because you guys have been here for a long time. I know Elion's been playing 2K, but that's okay.
I've been grinding.
he's probably taken 3 losses in the time we've been talking.
No, actually, my player went up 2 overalls, Dylan. So thank you.
Oh, no, dude. Elian, okay, I've been meaning to ask you, did you see that Travis Scott's going to be in Fortnite?
I have it. It's so sick.
Lit.
Wait, what?
It's so sick.
Oh my gosh.
Look
Not
it up.
Travis
Fortnite
Scott is
again.
in Fortnite.
Yeah, look
Yeah,
up.
Travis Scott is for only till the 25th, so till tomorrow.
Is he like a
Buy it.
character?
Yeah, how do you buy it? You just buy it?
You got to do the V-Bucks.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not putting in V-Bucks. I've spent too much on V-Bucks back in the day.
So you like play as Travis? Is that the point?
Yeah, he's like a playable like
Yeah,
Interesting.
It's so cool, dude.
He had a
Concert
concert.
yesterday. He performed Goosebumps, Sicko Mode. It was so lit.
Look up the video.
No.
I wish I would have gone to his concert when he came to Denver.
Oh, yeah, facts.
That's like one of my biggest regrets that I didn't go to that, because I was literally about to buy tickets and then my mom and dad were scared of gang activity, so I couldn't go.
Dang.
So that's hard.
Gotta watch out for the gang activity.
Yeah, they're like, no, one of us will have to go with you. I was like,
Not a
what?
flex. That's not a flex.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Okay, so Elion keeps playing Fortnite. He's keeping up that grind.
Always.
Everybody knows.
Every night. Every night.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I think I stopped playing Fortnite. I re-downloaded it to play with Elion, and then we never ended up playing.
Yeah, we've tried, and it never happened. So.
No, I know, because I don't have Xbox Live anymore.
You don't need it.
Boys.
You don't need Xbox Live?
Yeah, you
'Cause it
definitely
told
do.
me
You
Yeah.
definitely do.
on the
Oh,
login
no,
screen.
PS4.
Oh well,
On
I have PS4, so Xbox is. I have to pay for Fortnite.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
No, we don't
Okay.
pay for Fortnite. We pay for the online service.
I don't need
Elion likes
that for
men. That's what.
That's what I
That's
mean.
why he plays
It's better,
PS4.
I'm telling
Whoa,
you.
whoa.
Okay,
None
we're
of
not.
that, Jeremy.
We can't, because it's gonna get too heated.
What
All
do
I'm
you-
gonna
we
say,
can.
all I'm
We'll
gonna say
just
is that
clip it.
Xbox outnumbers PS4 in this chat right now. That's all I gotta say.
I don't want to hear this.
Caleb, don't you have a PS4 too?
No, I just have an Xbox.
If you don't,
I have
if you
a
don't play
PlayStation
Shrek
3.
Box,
I have a
what are you
PS3.
doing with life?
You have a PS3. Okay.
Yeah,
If you don't play Shrek Box, what are you doing with your life, bro?
Facts.
that's facts, actually.
If you don't call it Shrek
Something
Box,
that I've gotten you know something that I've gotten really good at over quarantine? Cooking.
Shame.
I've gotten so good. Like, I can make myself fat now. I don't have to like go out and eat. Like, I can just cook something and eat it. It's awesome.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that I'm gonna go out to eat as much after like this whole thing's done, just because of like, I guess like irrational fears. Like, I don't think I'm gonna go out to eat nearly as much as I did before.
Well, like people touching your food and stuff. I
It's
don't
like
know if I
really
can do that.
stress, bro.
I don't know if I can do that.
Dude, I've been going out to eat this whole time.
Nice.
yeah, you're asymptomatic, Dylan. That means you're asymptomatic, bro.
Oh,
you got the team.
Elliot,
but
you
you're
gotta
not-
get
you're not
tested.
showing
We brought you
symptoms.
donuts, Chief.
I
Yeah.
promise we had it.
Elion, go get the swab in your nose, bruh.
So, like, I feel like, here's my take. COVID-19. I feel like there's so many people that have had it and you just haven't known. Like, genuinely, I feel like there's so many people that are just like asymptomatic and don't show any.
Yeah, that's the scary thing about it.
I gotta go, boys, but we're all hanging out after this ends.
That's
Oh,
cap,
yes.
Dylan. What do you, Dylan? Where do you have to go? Hey,
I gotta go pick up my
It's-
money for working.
I got bet.
9 o'clock, Dylan. Where do you have to go?
The
Yeah.
doctor's house.
He's gotta go to Danae's house. He's gotta go to Danae's house. He's gotta drop off some
no,
donuts.
No.
Here, this is what I'll do.
No.
I'll walk over to their house and get my money, and I'll just put the chat on mute and stop the video.
Well, I think we're ending soon.
Yeah, we're ending it. So
Okay.
We're gonna have
like-
to cut some of this. This
yeah,
whole
we're gonna
session
have to
right
do
here.
some serious editing on this vid. But like I want to thank you guys all for actually joining, because I feel like this has been like even though it's long and not everybody has been talking, like you go through like 10 minutes without talking and it gets kind of long and stuff. It was just fun to like have you boys on and just kind of talk, because I haven't talked to some of you in a little bit, like a couple weeks, and I haven't, you know, like I guess like had the ability to have the whole team together and have like a big group of people together, except for like the weekly like baseball things. But it's hard to talk on that because coach is talking and stuff. So like I want to thank you guys for like the last 4 years. Like it's definitely gonna stick with me for a while, and like I don't know, it's just been really fun. So I wanted to thank all of you guys. And Dylan, like if you're like if you're have to leave, that's fine, because we're gonna end it up here, so you're
Yeah.
good to go.
So we're all hanging out after this is done, though. So love you both.
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Facts.
BBQ.
I'll hold a barbecue at my house.
Yeah, we should.
Dylan's house. Dylan or Panda is the.
I'm
the
down
spot.
for my house, K-boys. But
I don't know if I can do
Adios.
barbecue.
See you, Dylan.
Yeah, I'll see you, Dylan.
Hey, Dylan.
All
9
right.
o'clock. Have to go pick up my money check. I call BS on that statement. Come on, Dylan.
Yeah.
All right, Stan, we haven't heard from you in a little bit. Stan, what your final thoughts on everything?
This whole COVID thing, this just isn't supposed to happen. It's not what you think you're going to spend your high school senior year like. But you guys have been with me the past 3-4 years through ups and downs, and it's been so nice. And I really do hope that we get this last summer to play together, because I would really need that, in all honesty.
Yeah, that would. I think.
I think that would be closure.
For closure.
Even if we don't play every game or play in every game, I think just being able to be there with you guys would be the special part.
End with a game, not end with like an inner squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with another championship, that I would love that.
Yeah, that's the end goal.
Tell my grandkids that I ended my high school career on a championship. That'd be
I mean, technically, even if we don't play this summer, we can say that.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, facts. I didn't think about that. Oh,
But
yes.
let's say we ended our high school career. Our last actual act on a baseball field was a state championship.
That's true.
That'd be sick. Like Hill said, thank you guys for coming on. It's been nice to talk. I mean, you guys are always welcome back here on the podcast. I doubt many people are still listening. If you are, shout out to you. You're loyal to the podcast. Yeah, I doubt. Well, I mean, you'll probably see this in a clip somewhere. But yeah, I mean, you guys have meant the world to me for sure. And it's been fun. And I'm sad it has to end this way, but it is what it is. We move. We'll get past it. And the summer.
We are resilient.
We are. We don't have pea shooters in the program either.
That's my favorite carb quote of all time.
And I think we're gonna get through this. And I think this summer whether it's a baseball season or not, I think we should hang out a lot and just try to make the best of the summer as much as we can. Make it maybe the best summer. I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything else?
I don't. Just shout out to all you guys. That's all.
So thank you. Yeah, shout out to you, Elion. Shout out to you.
Yeah, D1, D1,
I still have no idea where I'm going.
D1. We'll talk about that later, but you got to figure that out, my guy.
Yeah, Skip, we gotta have you on a podcast to talk about that. Your next episode, bro. You gotta be on.
But no, he's already had an episode. We gotta get somebody else. We can't be.
You gotta have Keith on an episode. Keith, you gotta get on an episode, B.
I'm down.
I want to get on an episode.
Yes,
Jeremy,
everybody.
We're getting you on an episode. We gotta talk about the teaching thing, because I know you just switched from like elementary to the.
Oh yes, sir. Got out of that.
I was actually so happy to hear that, because I thought that you were gonna go insane being like a 6'4".
I would have, bro.
Now you're gonna be the.
I switched my declarative thing to a history major.
Yeah, so you're gonna be the Mr. Ketchum guy. The really tall
dude. Bro.
Dude.
I'm gonna be the Mr. Ketchum. We're both named Jeremy. It's kind of sick.
Jeremy Williams and Jeremy Ketchum.
All right, let's go.
You're the Mr. Page.
No,
no, don't diss Mr. Page like that.
No, I'm not dissing him. I just don't want to be Mr. Page. I just don't.
All right. I think we'll end it here.
Yeah, shout out to Brendan.
Thank you to everybody. If you made it this far, you're a real one. I doubt you're still listening. But if you are, you're a real one. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, the classic YouTube things. I know I'm going to get laughed at for that one, but it's the classic YouTube thing. And if any of you guys, if you're not subscribed.
Plug. No, go ahead. If you guys go through, you have 30 seconds to do the thickest plug possible for this. And after your 30 seconds, we're moving on from you, and we'll put all your links down in the description. Everything that you plug is going to be down there, but you have to make it a quick plug. So starting with Stanley. Stanley, go plug.
Stanley, plug.
What is happening? I don't understand.
Instagram.
No, you're plugging whatever you want to plug. What you're doing, your Instagram, whatever. Like, just plug it really fast.
Shout
Stan
out
Base
Jesus.
Instagram.
Okay, sweet. Elliot, go.
Plug.
I don't know what that means.
Elliot,
Instagram, Snapchat. What are your socials? Share them.
your
Whatever
YouTube,
floats
your
Instagram. Follow me on Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
no, yeah, you gotta.
Everybody just looks up Elion, and it's just him.
My Instagram is
he doesn't even know
Soto02.
Give Elion a follow, guys.
Yeah, give Elliot a follow. Jeremy, go.
I am Germs2K01 on it's I'm Germs on Instagram now.
And
I don't have
Jeremy
anything on
2K
my.
or Germs 2K01 on Xbox. If you want to play?
Jesus, 2K01. Excuse me.
Oh, it is. He's
Jesus.
2K01 because you were the Kanye guy. All right, Noah, go plug.
Yeah, I was the Kanye
Instagram,
guy.
follow
And,
me at N0AH2. Add me on Snapchat, Noah-Anderson13. Follow me on TikTok, TOK.
Oh yes,
all
TikTok.
one word.
Can I end this with the TikTok?
Oh, shut up. It's Noah's turn to talk.
And,
Can I do a TikTok?
look out for maybe a YouTube channel being started by the boys. Calby knows a little bit about that, but
Yes, I do.
I'll plug that next time I'm on if it's up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, follow him. Follow him on Tinder.
Noah-
at 5,000.
bro, Noah has practiced that in the mirror.
Yeah. That was rehearsed.
All right.
Uh,
I'm gonna plug something really quick. I started a clothing brand at Relic Apparel on Instagram. I'm gonna be working on it really soon, so go give that a follow. We'll be dropping some things soon. Vince, you got anything else to plug? Got anything else to say?
As always, thanks guys for listening. I know you're not listening anymore because this is like a 2-hour long video. But yeah, we're thankful for the growth so far. And we're just gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep uploading. I know we've been saying, oh, we're gonna upload every day, this, that.
It's just been busy lately.
We're not professional YouTubers. This
Not our
isn't
job.
our source of income. We are still students. We still do other things with our lives. So please understand that we're not going to be uploading every day, most likely. We'll say we are, but we most likely won't be. But as always, just thanks for checking in. Shout out to all the guys on here. And
the dudes who were on earlier,
yeah.
for sure.
And stay tuned for our next episode. We'll be uploading some more Would You Rathers as well. But thanks, as always, thanks for watching, guys.
This has been episode 7 of the Small Talk Podcast.